that is when you begin to change. And change starts inside. It doesn't happen externally. Happiness doesn't come from more stuff or more people. Happiness comes from here. And that is the power of the compound effect. The more you do something, the better you become at it, and you go from an amateur to an intermediate to a professional to an expert to absolutely world class. And that's the power of it. It just takes the repetition to do it. Now, like I said, if you want to speed up your process, welcome back to another video. I'm Max Hindle I. I help entrepreneurs reprogram their lives, rewire their minds for happiness, success, abundance, fulfillment, confidence, you name it, I do it. And in this video, I'm going to explain the power of compounding in regards to your subconscious mind, how habits change your life, and also how you can create these habits if you struggle to create habits already. So let's get something clear. First things first, we need to start small. We don't want to be starting saying, let's say for example, your goal is, I want to be incredibly healthy and fit. Your first starting off outcome is not going to be, I want to go to the gym twice a day, 7 days a week, drink protein shakes every day after every session, only eat salads, and just completely no sugar, no carbs, nothing. It's not sustainable. Now, that is a sustainable way of living if you do it. And it is possible because there are people who do it. But the biggest thing that I want to help you understand is not to start off as a professional. When we get into something new anyway, we're going to be an amateur. When you first play video games, you're going to be an amateur. When you first learn how to drive a car, you're going to be an amateur. You have to learn. When you first learn the alphabet, you can't write a novel after just learning the alphabet. We have to learn, we have to progress. And this is a term that I can't remember who told me this, but it's called progressive extremism. I still can't remember to this day, but I've used it ever since. And progressive extremism is starting something step by step. And the way that I've used this in my life with many different things is, for example, meditation. This is one thing. And also becoming vegan. So you can do it to add things into your lifestyle, add things into your diet, your habits, your hobbies, whatever it is. Or you can do it to release things, to let go of old habits, old negative diets, whatever you're letting go of. So for example, when I went vegan, I started by cutting out red meat, then I started cutting out chicken, then I started cutting out fish, then I started cutting out dairy products. And then eventually I became vegan. And that took me about 3 or 4 months, I think. Maybe a bit more, but I'm not too sure. I think it was about 3 or 4 months, give or take. So, the understanding of this is when I did it with my meditation. When I first started to meditate, I didn't meditate twice a day. It wasn't sustainable for me to meditate twice a day. And if you don't already meditate right now and you're watching this video, you're probably thinking, meditating twice a day, that's impossible, I don't have time for that. Well, logically you do. And logically, I always have done. But now it's a priority for me. But when I first started, I started doing meditation a couple of times a week. Maybe 3-4 times a week, if that. Then I began to build it up to once a day. And then I set myself a challenge, and this is where I went all in with my thing. So I started doing it when I got to once a day, then I set myself a challenge. I was like, right, let's do it. I'm doing it twice a day for 30 days. I'm creating this as a habit. I went all in. And that's what I recommend you do. When you start to get the momentum of, let's say you want to add meditation as a new habit, because it's powerful, it's positive, and it helps you change your life. Because when you meditate, you understand and you know thyself. Because the word meditation in Latin actually means to become familiar with, so you're becoming familiar with thyself. Om. And the funny thing about meditation is it's not all about chanting Om and all that kind of stuff. It's just about being with your thoughts, relaxing, letting go of the physical world, moving into the energy world, and creating what you want to do. It could be mindful meditation. You could be sitting there in silence and not letting thoughts slip by. It could be a visualization meditation. It could be regression meditation. It could be absolutely anything. There's loads of types of meditations. And if you want any meditations, I've got some, and I'll link some to the cards here. Just click them, go and follow a meditation, but make sure you watch this video first so you can understand how to reprogram your subconscious mind. So the fact I want you to understand with compounding is the fact that the more you do it, the greater it becomes, the more power it has over a period of time. And this is just the way it is. When you learn to drive, you can't be the best driver in one day, but you can be a great driver in a few months, or a month. I personally did it in a month, I think. Something, I don't know. But it just takes a bit of time for you to get to that place to be able to do so. So, What is compounding? Now, you may have already heard of this. This is just a number example, because when you understand it in numbers, then you understand the power that the compounding has. So when you start to meditate every single day, imagine what effect that has. Meditating once won't change your life, just like going to the gym once won't make you muscly or won't make you lose weight. You have to keep it up, and over time, you eventually begin to gain weight, lose weight, become more mindful, lose your anxiety, become more confident. So, would you rather, and this is the example I've always given, would you rather have 1p doubled for 30 days or £5 million? Off the bat, you'd probably say 5 million, unless you've already heard this before. But let's see what happens when you double 0.01 times 2. And I'm just going to hit equals 30 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So you can see after 10, we're at £10.24. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And after 20, we're at £10,000, 480 or £10,485.76. So this is the power of compounding. We've still got another 10 to go, don't forget. So would you rather still have that 5 million or this 1p doubled? After 10 days, it was £10. After 20 days, it was £10,000. Reason being is because over time, it's doubling, it's accumulating, and it's adding up from the last one. So 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. Which leaves us with £10 million, £737,418 and 20p. Just because you've understood the compound effect. So you need to understand, if you want to gain weight and gain muscle, you can't go to the gym once. You just can't. If you want to become happy, you can't just think of one positive thought and expect to be happy. If you want to be financially abundant, you can't just expect to do one business transaction and never do another one. For a business to work, there must be consistent transactions. For you to be healthy, you must be consistent with your diet and working out and staying healthy. For you to be great at anything, you must be consistent. And when you start to use the power of compounding over time, like when you start off, for example, the first week, you don't see much difference in your biceps when you do biceps. First 2 weeks, not too much. First month, I'm starting to make a bit of progress here. First year, wow, I've made a huge progress since last year. 10 years, oh my goodness, you should have seen me 10 years ago, the size I was. I was a little stick, I was little spaghetti arms. Now I'm still spaghetti arms. I thought they were bigger than that. Leave me alone. But essentially what it comes down to is the more you do something, the better you become. And this actually reprograms your subconscious mind. Because you don't just do the action of going to the gym, and you're not saying, I want to go to the gym, you just are a gym goer, which is reprogram your subconscious mind to say, I just go to the gym. And for example, I'll give the greatest example. When just before lockdown or COVID and all this nonsense, I would go to the gym at 6 AM every single morning. I wake up at 5, do my meditations, do my morning routine, and go to the gym at 6. When I would go to the gym, I didn't think, am I going to wake up, meditate, and go to the gym? I would wake up, meditate, and go to the gym. There was no question. It wasn't even a question in my mind. It just happened. It just happened. Because my program was, that's what I do. Now, think about how easy this is. Right now, I don't do that. So you can unlearn and learn things all the time. Very, very easily. Right now, I don't need to. And right now, I'm in a different place. And well, right this second, I'm currently doing a lot of different things. So I'm not going to the gym every single day because I'm building an office, but I'm going to get back into that. And that is something that again becomes a program. For me, it's just, I just go to the gym. At the minute, like I said, right this second, I haven't been to the gym. Well, I went to the gym today, but I haven't been for the last 2 days. But when I get into that routine, I just go to the gym. There's just no doubt about it. There's no question. I just am a gym goer. I go to the gym. If someone says you go to the gym, yes. How many days? 6, 7 days a week. Obviously there's weeks where I don't hit that, but my main goal is 6, 7 days a week. Why? Because that's who I am, that's what I like. I genuinely enjoy it. It's my subconscious program. So all I want you to understand in this video is this is how you reprogram your subconscious mind. Repetition. Repetition. The only other way to reprogram your subconscious mind, the 2 ways you can reprogram your subconscious mind. repetition and hypnosis. Why not do both? I always say to people, why not do both? It's like saying, I want to be really healthy. Okay, how do you be really healthy? Work out and eat healthier. Okay, let's do both. Rather than just work out, I'm gonna eat healthy as well. And I'm gonna be healthy all round. It's just speeding up your process. If your diet's right, your workout regime is right, then you're going to get the results that you want. So my question to you is, what are you doing in regards to repetition daily? You wanna get bigger muscles? You go to the gym at least four plus times a week, I would say, at least. So what things are you doing 4+ times a week in order to get the result that you want? Now, first things first, you've got to be clear on the outcome. And I'm gonna make a video about outcomes and how to create powerful outcomes so that you know where you're going. Because when you know where you're going, you got that clarity, then you just need that thought, the intention, and the elevated emotion to drive you towards your outcome. And when you learn the power of your subconscious mind and you use it to propel you with the repetition combined with the hypnosis, this video is mainly about repetition, as I said. If you want anything to do with hypnosis, send me a message on Instagram or book in for a free subconscious mind analysis. We can go through it, see where you're at, and we can really help change your life. But first things first, you must understand that we have to do things repetitively in order to learn, just like the alphabet. How did you learn the alphabet? A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's why they called it a song. That's why it was a song, so it was repetitive in your head, so that it would get stuck in your head. Because when it gets stuck in your head, you affirm it to yourself and you never forget it. For example, now that you know, and you may not even heard this, but if you know the song Baby Shark do 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 do, if you know that song, you will never forget it if it comes on, right? You just won't, because it's repetitive in here. You've been programmed to remember it. And if anyone asks you what are the lyrics to Baby Shark, you know the lyrics. I mean, it's very simple lyrics, obviously. But even if you go back to any songs that you remember from years and years ago, you remember the lyrics. Why? Because they're stored up in here, in your subconscious mind, because you listen to it on repeat. So imagine if your mind was repeating, I am powerful, I am confident, I am happy, I am abundant, I am free, I am prosperous, and not just repeating it, but feeling it. That is when you begin to change. And change starts inside. It doesn't happen externally. Happiness doesn't come from more stuff or more people. Happiness comes from here. And that is the power of the compound effect. The more you do something, the better you become at it, and you go from an amateur to an intermediate to a professional to an expert to absolutely world class. And that's the power of it. It just takes the repetition to do it. Now, like I said, if you want to speed up your process and you want to use hypnosis, send me a message and we can do that, because we can do also, I can explain how you can use this repetition. You can use this video and you can use repetition. It just takes a little bit longer. So that's why I always recommend hypnosis, because I can do it in 50 days, what takes 3 or 4 years. It just is much quicker. That's the whole reason I do it. So if you want to do that, send me a message and we can do both hypnosis and the repetition, and you can get the results that you want within your life every single day. So I hope this video has given you some information, some inspiration in order for you to change your life, because I know this stuff does change your life, because it's changed mine and thousands of other people. But other than that, I hope you have an absolutely amazing day. I hope you keep spreading love, kindness, and so much positivity.